Or thinking silently, right?
Oh my, kind of hot.
I like him a lot.
What is this? Is that him happy?
Y'all might have heard of my character.
No one's heard of you.
Last time I was here, it was docks and fish.
What, for whatever reason or another, whether it be destiny, fate, a decision of whim, whatever it is, you all have come to this place called Tapas. You are all here at the same time. Something has brought you here, no matter what it is, whatever it is, you come up with it yourself, but you're here, and you're all here at the same time. That's important to know. And that is how our journey is going to begin. So the first thing I want from you guys, and we'll go player to player. So David's on my left. So I'll start with David. We'll go Joey, then May. We'll go David, Carter, May, Joey. David, I need you to talk about your character without physical descriptions. Only give information about your character that someone might know after knowing you for a week or more.
Once Fizzi starts talking about something that he enjoys or loves, he's just going to start throwing out lingo and terms that you probably may or may not know. Also, after a few days of knowing Fizzi, you would know that he genuinely has a good heart and could probably be a really good friend. If he sees something that he knows he can make better, he's gonna go over and like with it and fidget with it until it's better. He can't resist a good tinker, you know, like he's got that OCD, like I can make that better right now.
Carter, it's your turn.
He seems like someone who's trying to, like, keep to himself, but like if you're at the same bar as him, he'll start talking to you. You know, like he won't like go out like looking for like companionship or like another person, but like if you're at the same bar as him, like he won't not talk to you even if he doesn't know you. So like it seems like he's trying to get out of like sort of like he's trying to reach out to like sort of some kind of social situation, but doesn't like quite know the best way to approach it.
May, go ahead.
So Moss is this is the first time that she's left her village and gone kind of this far away, so she's generally distrusting and kind of aloof, not really sure how the world works outside of that village system. She's got a little familiar that she hangs out, that's kind of like the only other being that she kind of hangs out with and trusts and talks to. Otherwise, she kind of just sticks to herself.
Joey, if you could, please.
Impulsive, annoying, loud, rude, self-destructive, but talented.
Fizzi, describe your character and how you arrive to Tapas.
Fizzi would arrive by boat. He would be wearing kind of like a makeshift tinkerer's outfit. He's got big glasses on his forehead. He has I'm just gonna say wraps around his hands and up to his arms about here. The ship he would arrive on would probably be a part of the Navy. He'd probably arrive on a Navy ship as he works for them. So he's got his mustache he's got like a permanent singe on his mustache as well as parts of his beard. And that is from something that you may or may not find out. He will definitely check out the plaza, the quest board, just on the off chance he has any free time. Definitely the barracks, since he is working with the military. He would check some like junk shops, probably a bar or two, and an inn.
Moss, if you could please describe your character and how you arrive to Tapas.
So I think Moss would come on a boat as well, but I think she would be more of a stowaway because she's a little broke at the moment. So she's probably gonna pop off all sneaky like, She's pretty young, and this is the first time she's been this far, so she'd probably want to see everything and kind of explore everything one at a time, because she's probably pretty bewildered right now. But in terms of like physical appearance, this is like a teenager. There's nothing very special. And I have my little friend. It's Sable. It's a little red panda, but it's also a wolf. It's got a wolf head and a wolf tail. And it's a familiar, so Hunter can't kill it.
I mean, he can.
He
And
can,
will.
but it can come back, is
Right.
what's important. I think not really activities. I think it's just explore, see everything.
RaRa. RaRa, if you could, describe your character and how you arrived to Tapas.
Well, I imagine RaRa probably gets some funny looks as she comes in. Obviously, not looking like everyone else. She's also in a well-tailored clothing, but it looks more like a costume, as opposed to something that you would see somebody wear proper society. So still expensively, finely tailored, but not the way you'd expect. She looks like, a professional bard. Probably comes in on a carriage or something. And then when she gets to town, I imagine she's looking for ways that could make coin, put on a show.
Kayth, you are the last one to arrive to Tapas. If you could please describe your character and how you arrive to Tapas.
Kayth would probably walk and try to get into the city without being noticed, straight to the tavern to book a room. He's tall. He has dark hair with some small silver streaks. Not too many, but enough to notice. He has a ponytail. He sort of looks like he has the hairstyle from Edward from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That sort of hairstyle. Yeah, and he's kind of pale. You're not sure, mostly probably because he doesn't really come out during the day, because he's sort of afraid of being recognized as an elf. Things he would do around town is pickpocketing, and looking for a quest, looking for a job.
You all have made it to Tapas, and you all will have walked around and explored for maybe a couple of days or whatever. And we are about to go over each of yours first adventure / quest / job / event that happened in Tapas that begins the journey of you all getting to know and meet each other. Fizzi, if you could please tell me about how your first adventure / quest / job / event in Tapas goes, what it is, and what you did.
Fizzi needs to make some money.
Mm-hmm. So what's he do?
Fizzi goes to the barracks and asks if there is any way he might be able to aid them, either by upgrading some of their stuff or improving their armor or weapons.
Fizzi goes to the barracks and gets in contact with Captain Darius Helm. In doing so, offers up his expertise in inventing and the artistry of weapons and such. And at first, Darius is leery, but then you mention your family name and thinks, wow, free labor. Or not free labor, thinks, wow, a great connection to have. Okay. Darius Helm suggests that you head down to the docks, and just on the edge of the docks towards the outside, there is actually set up these large cannons that are very much like what your family has worked on and what Cerberus has, but on a much less scale, but it is sufficient enough that it wards off and keeps pirate ships at bay. He wants you to go check them out and see if you can't do anything more for him. Upgrade them, fix them, get them in line, whatever it is. Moss, in some way, shape, or fashion, you are going to guest star in Fizzi's adventure. So how does Moss either help, complicate, or solve Fizzi's adventure?
You would see like a 3'6" stocky gnome. He's got like soot and
He
oil
looks
on his
like he
face.
has money.
No, not at all.
Oh,
He's got he has an oversized wrench. So he's got a little toolkit too that is like it's a little miniature like ever ready tinkerer's kit that he can like there's a little forge in it and he can do shit with it. He's got a sledgehammer and an oversized wrench with him.
I think I would see this interesting man, funny looking guy, and I would follow him for a little bit, see what he's up to, interested in his tools.
So if you're following him, you're gonna notice that he's gonna like look around at everything and he'll point out even if it's just to himself, like, oh, I helped invent that, or I made that. If he sees something broken, he will stop and sit there and just fix it, keep going.
I think that if I were to complicate anything, it would be on accident. So it's possible that somewhere along his travels, I would be looking at one of these things and be like, oh, what the heck is this? And then just accidentally break it.
So Fizzi walks up, fixes it, walks away, and you walk up and go, "What? Oh shit!" And then just sort of walk away.
Just walk away.
Now we're going to go ahead and get our second guest star, RaRa. For some reason, you see or have saw or whatever this going on. How does RaRa either help, complicate, or both this situation and adventure?
So as Moss is trying to slip away, RaRa will just sort of do a little pirouette up. And like lean over and touch the broken thing. And look over at the short man who's walking away and be like, hey, this thing is not working. I don't know. Somebody probably broke it. It wasn't me. Maybe like an elf did it.
If so, if Fizzi were to hear you, he would turn around and be like, "Oh, I fix that. What's going on here? Excuse me, sorry. Oh, here the tinker's all messed up. That's why."
I think RaRa would start to follow him and just like point out broken things.
So you help by pointing out broken things. That's perfect. So yeah, RaRa helps out. RaRa
Only
helps out.
it takes, what should be a simple, I'll get this done by 3 p.m. and it's like after dark before you get back because every broken thing.
So then RaRa, I would actually say help and complicates because of that. Your adventure by pointing out everything. And Moss just continues to like wait for it to get fixed, go check it out, and then break it.
Yeah. But I memorize RaRa's face for that. Heinous.
Moss, if you could please explain and dictate your first adventure.
I think my first adventure would be exploration. Everything is new. And then I would probably see like the flow of money and how you can't do anything without money. And I'd be like, well, I think I have to figure out how to get money. And the most inviting, I don't have any money. The most inviting building was the Sailor's Rest. Seemed the most friendly and stuff. So I might want to hang out there, maybe ask the young stallion, whose name I definitely know.
Marin.
If I could like clean dishes or something to get money.
Wonderful.
Or a room.
So I will tell you, Marin is very helpful and always helping out in new adventures and stuff. And says that he will let you work and wash dishes and stuff like that. And for every day that you do, he'll give you a place to stay for the night for free. RaRa, you are the first guest star. How do you help, complicate, or both Moss's adventure?
So you always have like your little familiar on you.
Your adventure is doing dishes, May? That's what you just
It's
said.
No, I'm
earning
that's
money.
The best
Now
thing
I'm broke.
that's the best thing you can think of.
I have 0 money.
You always have your
Daily expensive.
little familiar on you, right?
Yeah.
So I think RaRa would see this interaction and be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! I got way better. We can make money together." And I
No.
will explain to Moss how we can do a little animal act and make the little guy do tricks and put on a performance for the bar, for which we can make money with.
I'm listening. I already have a job, though. Are you offering me more money?
So much more show business where the real money's at.
RaRa comes to Moss with this offer she can't refuse. And helps her to earn some money by doing performances and such. Let's go ahead and bring in our second guest star. Kayth, how do you help, complicate, or both this adventure?
If Kayth heard over and over again that all she wanted to do was explore, Kayth would want her to explore because Kayth's passion is archaeology and exploration of the unknown. So Kayth does take regular visits to outside of the town, trying to find old forgotten burial grounds or like remnants of the old town, stuff like that. He would take his mornings would be that is escaping out of the town, trying to do that. So if he would probably come up to Moss and see that they have a creature, and they seem like they have some experience with nature, and ask if they wanted to come out and explore and try to find some unknown things. Probably in the library, because Kayth would probably be researching like Tapas and things around Tapas and the history of Tapas, and trying to see if there's anything surrounding Tapas. So that's probably how it came up of like, I seen you around the bar. Seems like you want to get out. I just found some things in these books. Maybe it's something, maybe it's not. But,
How does Moss respond to that?
I think at first she would probably say no because stranger danger, but follow him out.
Mhm.
And then once she sees, first of all, outside of the town, she's totally hooked. And then when she sees whatever it is that Kayth is looking into, she'll probably get more and more excited to tag along. I would assume she's not very good at hiding. He would probably find her. And then it seems like they'd probably continue to do that every so often.
RaRa, we have now come to your first adventure here in Tapas. If you could please tell us what that adventure is.
I think RaRa stumbles into an adventure, maybe.
Nice.
She gets roped into helping out to work at the library because she's well-spoken. And in doing so, finds a secret passage behind a bookcase.
Yes, that happens. Yeah. That's perfect, and that's a great spot for us to jump in with your first guest star, Kayth. How do you help, complicate, or both this adventure?
I was hidden behind the secret bookcase that I also found, and we sort of.
The door opens, and you're like, and you both just sort of look at each other for a second.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
We're not supposed to be back here.
You're not supposed to be back here.
Well, I'm doing important library work, so I'm like actually supposed to be back here. You're just like that
very
guy.
interesting. I start walking down wherever the secret bookcase goes.
Well, I'm going to say when you open, it's a room. You're in like a
Okay.
like a secret room behind a bookcase.
I go back to whatever was in the room. You can close the door if you want.
No, I'm entitled to half of anything that's here. Found it.
I meant so no one else sees us in the secret room.
RaRa would close the door.
So basically, the two of you now are in this room and like hanging out and reading some of the books that are back here. In this room, you'll find just a lot of like old books and texts and scrolls, stuff that isn't out in the library for some reason or another. But it also looks sort of like a quiet study room too. Like maybe it used to be in use, or maybe it is. Who knows? But let's go ahead and bring in our second guest star for this adventure. Fizzi, how do you help, complicate, or both this adventure?
Fizzi, through his inevitable wandering and fixing up things, found a grate that leads up to a secret passage in the floor. So he just kind of pokes his head up through and says, "What the fuck?"
I imagine Fizzi finds what could be down here. Takes it off and then goes down, follows it all the way, and while you guys are like silently reading, you hear like a like a movement of metal, and then something pops open, and Fizzi comes out of like a hole in the ground.
You know, I could probably make the secret hatch better.
I already made tea if you want to sit down. It's at the table.
Oh my god,
thanks. Thanks, Fizzi.
This is the nerdiest secret passage I've...
It's not even secret anymore. It's really becoming... It's going downhill quick.
Oh, don't worry, I'll fix it. I'll make it better. He'll sit down and have some tea. So what y'all doing in here?
Found a secret passageway.
Oh, me too!
Curiosity piqued. Take a look at some of these manuscripts. They talk about this old mechanical engineering in the city.
This
Really?
This is the moment. This is the moment. Oh my god, you two are a couple of grandpas, huh?
If it's in the book, if it's the book in your hand, he'll ask for it and start flipping through.
Actually, because you have said that, you picked out one of the books I was going to say you found in here, so I'm going to show you the book that you found in here. Because you did this, so I love that this all came out of improv.
But
This is the book that Kayth gives to you to start reading and that you guys found in this room.
You see Fizzi's eyes just light up, and he's just got this smile. He's just...
Kayth would probably say to RaRa, do you sneak into places often?
Are you implying that I'm a criminal entity?
I was implying that I'm a criminal entity, but whatever your bag is.
She just sort of pirouettes away.
Kayth, please, if you could, describe your first adventure in Tapas.
So Kayth spends most of his daytimes outside of Tapas, looking for, or in the library, trying to find new things to investigate about the city and its architecture and all the mysteries about this city, basically, as soon as Kayth lands. But during the night, he stays out and either is at the bar or he probably is looking and found that this organized crime was attacking a local shopkeep while they were trying to close up. Probably didn't pay on time and would intervene himself to try to would set himself up on a house, cloak in hand, and sort of rain down some arrows to try to ward him off.
Your adventure begins by trying to become this vigilante to help out people here in the city of Tapas. And at night, you come to find that a local merchant is being harassed by these, what looks to be group of thugs. And you will also notice on the building that this merchant is the owner of, that just over on... So you have the door, and just around the corner, like or sort of on like the door frame of it, there is a bloody handprint. It's very old. It seems more like a symbol, but it's there. And you will notice that these thugs are harassing them for a payment. So, Kayth, you decide to take up position somewhere.
If it gets violent. I don't think Kayth would intervene if it's just like an altercation between like an understood like criminal, like he's not that deep into it yet, but if he would more like intervene if something is like, if like a girl is alone and is like someone's harassing her, or if like someone is being actively like violently mugged, like some kind of violent interaction.
All right. Rewind a little bit. Not a merchant.
Sorry.
You still see the bloodied hand, but you notice these two thugs who are currently robbing this couple that are in an alley.
Yeah. So I would probably be on top of the building in the alley. Start off with a warning shot and try to hit one in the leg and just try to get them to leave or fully involve myself in the situation.
Sure. I will say if you let loose an arrow, you won't hit them, but you do make it very clear that you are watching and see what's happening. And the thugs will call out to the air where they, saw it come from and are like, "Why don't you be a man and come out here?" And that is where we are going to introduce the first guest star, Fizzi. For some reason during the night, you're out and about in Tapas, and this is going on, and you somehow hear it, see it, whatever. How do you help, complicate, or both this adventure?
So if Fizzi would hear, if he was walking by, he would probably have seen or heard the arrow come down. And so they said, "Why don't you come out and face us like a man?" He'll get his sledgehammer and he'll walk and be like, "Ha! I'm right here, and here's my little buddy to help."
Kayth, yeah, this man comes out of nowhere, and this is happening.
It's Fizzi, the guy from the library.
It is. It's Fizzi, the guy from the library. And you see him about to fight these thugs. The thugs will see you. The couple will be able to run away, and you guys will start to commence a fight. And you guys are starting to fight these guys. That is where we will bring in your second guest star here, Moss. How do you help, complicate, or both this adventure?
I think I would probably try to help, but not be seen. So, like, I would be hiding in an alley, and if any of them assholes were to come near me, I might try and, like, push them down or, like, release some little sable growling from the shadows, scare them away.
So after the arrow, and he sees, like, someone he knows and, like, has, spent a little bit of time with now. Usually Kayth tries to stay as far away from conflict as possible, but since they're in an alleyway, he would probably jump down with his daggers and flip them to try to be non-lethal.
Okay, yeah, I would be going after them non-lethal as well, and I'd be like, "Ha-ha! Glad to see you again."
So you guys will fight off these guys, and eventually it's going to end in you knocking one out, and the other one being like, "This ain't the end," and running away. And when that one runs away, Moss, you're sort of hiding in the shadow or whatever. They go to run by, and you and Sable trip him, and he fucking falls, hits his face, and it's near like the dock, so he's gonna roll into the water as well. But all of your guys' first adventures have now happened in Tapas. You've all met each other, you know each other, you've helped each other, complicated each other, and are more knowledgeable about the world around you here in Tapas. Now, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and do this next. So, these adventures happened over maybe the first week or 2 weeks in Tapas. And because of those adventures, you all sort of get to know each other a little more. Kayth and Moss, you guys always do a little exploring outside of Tapas every once in a while. RaRa, Kayth, and Fizzi, you guys kind of frequent that secret place every once in a while, and sometimes cross paths, and you might invite Moss. But eventually,
Kayth, if you were sorry, Hunter, if you were to ever mention like archaeology or exploring to Fizzi, he would jump on it. He wouldn't tell you why immediately until he trusts you a little bit more, but he does have an interest in older civilizations and ruins.
So, the big important thing here is that the four of you have made acquaintance with each other and have started to at least talk to and hang out with each other. knowing that each of you are actually new to Tapas, because it comes up in conversation, and that none of you really knew anybody, but you all start to know each other. And through these little adventures that you had, you all start to become more well known. Not, best friends or anything, but enough that the four of you tend to hang out, talk to each other, and do things around town. And that is how your group is formed. And that is the end of the session 0 that I have for you guys.